So this will have your this will have your other like this is your example data here. Now you can go to insert here. And you want to insert, and I think let's see. It's gonna be, I think it's under charts. And then there's different charts here. So if you want to do like a pie chart, you do the pie chart. You want to do a two-dimensional pie chart.
Okay.
And then, for example, now it'll create this, but this, that you can put labels on this. For example, I just made these numbers easy, but it'll show you. So if you want to put a label on here, you can take the sector and label this, but I just went to insert. And if I want to add, remove, or change the chart. So if you want to add something to the chart, this would be like if you want to change like data labels, for example, you can go in and change the data labels and the legend, but you might be able to do, like you could put in, you could change the color of this if you want, or you could put in something like this,
Okay.
where you put in the numbers of people. I mean, I don't know how she wants it, but this is a pie chart, for example. And then a bar chart would be
Insert and then look for the bar chart.
something like, yeah, but with a bar chart, you have to specify, like, you have to specify which way. So there's different kinds. So this, you could do like a, they do different kinds, but you can also do, I think it's down here.
I know if I hit a recommended charts, it'll pop up a bunch of them.
Under charts, you can do like, but if sometimes what I do is I go up here and I say, show me bar chart. Then it'll say insert column or bar chart. So here I do this kind of thing here, and so it's insert, and then you go to you have to look for the column chart or the bar chart that's there. I don't remember where they are, but yeah, right here. Okay. Insert column or bar chart for this. So I think you have to select this first and then do chart. You would have to do another. You're still doing your pie chart right now, which I think is why it's not. But right here, yeah, see, it wasn't doing it because it was still in the pie chart. So if I wanted to do like a 2D or a 3D column, depends on what kind of chart you wanted. So you could do, yeah, you have to select the data first. So you would want, like, you would do that. And then you would go to insert. And then you would go to bar here. And then depending on what kind of chart you wanted, you could do a 3D bar, or you could do like a bar like this, and then just move your chart.
Doesn't seem too bad, Shauna.
Move your chart. I mean, I don't know what kind of chart. You can move this down, obviously, but like, for example, this is, now keep in mind, I had 80 people. You may not have that. but I chose to do 100
Hmm.
as my total, right?
I'll play around with it, Shauna. Thank you.
Okay. And I hope that helps a little bit.
Oh yeah, definitely. You were great today, Shauna. Thank you.
So,
And I appreciate the cross tabulation that you helped me with. It was
no, I'll show you that really quick. What you were missing with that was this. So let me come back to this part. Let me come back to this other, um, the data set. So when I did this, I do like insert, right?
Mhm.
I do insert and I do pivot table, right?
And we're recording this, right, Shauna?
Yeah, this part,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Insert the pivot table, right?
Mhm.
Like you did. And then from table range, okay? So but here, let me do something here before so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, let me come up here because this is already done. And I don't wanna mess this. So I'm gonna go ahead and highlight this because I think I know what you did when you did it because I was looking at it with what you, so here's your data, right?
Mhm.
So, oops, hold on, let me go back. Because this already has a, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and highlight that. And there's your data. Now, I'm gonna go to insert pivot table from table rank. Now, when this opens, okay, I'll do it on the I'll do it on a new new worksheet.
Okay.
So I'll do it on a new worksheet and click OK. Now, when I build the report here, I'm gonna to build a report, choose fields from the pivot table. So what happened here was you were checking these.
Mhm.
You were making check marks, which is fine, but that's gonna be a report style. What you needed to do was drag this.
Oh.
What you needed to do was drag this down. So like my my columns were the type of customer, see?
Mm.
And then net sales was a column. So and it'll show you, but like here, I wanted this to be so net sales here, and then this part, you wanted the net, actually net sales should be row, and the thing is, it'll tell you how you want this to be. Now, in this case, since I'd already said it, it has these, but you were having trouble getting these, right?
Yeah.
So
The
what you
rows in
can
that
do
order.
is, you go to the first row up here,
Mhm.
you right click, which for me is, so you right click, and then it will show you to group. See, these are already grouped, but you should be able to group that. So yeah, on the, you're gonna group it. It's already done. That's why it won't let me do this again. But if,
Okay.
for example, that's how I did it. I just hit group and it grouped it. And it grouped it by these because it was already there for me. But if I go back to, if I undo this part, let's say I did it by something else. Let's say I did it by customer, customer, and by, actually not by customer, by type, for example. So I don't want to do that. I'm gonna do it by type of customer here. And let's say age right here, right? So let's say I filter this by age group. So I take my age and I put age in the row here. Now, see how this is not grouped now?
Mm-hmm.
So if I take this and I hit this, I get a whole drop down menu.
Mm-hmm.
Click on group.
Okay.
Right here. And when you click on group, it'll tell you, okay, where do you want to start? Well, we're going to start, I started right on 20, but maybe you want to start at 19 and go by like 5. So you want to go to like 19, and then you want this to be, you want to end this at 80. And you want to scale this by 5 units.
You know what
So-
happened, Shauna, is I did get to the grouping box, but when I did that, I was highlighting the entire column.
And so that's how that works. Now, you can adjust these labels here. You can also adjust the, see, it'll adjust the data for you. But if you want to go back and change this, you can group by, say, a different number. Like, let's say you wanted this to be 20
Mm-hmm.
to 80, and you wanted to do this by 10 units, right? Then these become 20 to 29, 30 to 39, so on, okay? And they don't overlap. So 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Now you're, because your oldest is 78, now when you run it over here, if you go to promotional, you want to make sure that when you do this, you want to make sure that you want to format. I formatted the cells as with my decimal places. For example, in this case, you don't have to do that, but you can. The other thing is right here, when you go to this amount, you can use, you can copy and you can refresh it. You can use the number field and you can sort the data if you want, but I want, now the other thing you want in terms of values here is you want customers to be the values, but you don't want the sum of the customers. So there, you see, this is the sum. You don't want the sum. You want this part here. You're going to say move to row label, move to column, remove field. This is going to be, there were 3,717, and there was, this is 0 customer here. So this is how that pans out, and it's not going to be it's going to be the sum of the customers in that age group. Yours was counts, it wasn't the sum of the group, but that's how I did it. But you have to drag and drop to get those.
Okay.
Does that kind of help a little bit?
Yeah, it's very helpful, Shauna. Thank
And
you.
then when you did if you do your insert and you wanted to do a report, then that would be that it's not a pivot table, it's gonna be a report chart. So you'd have to come out here and you could add, you could search if you want, or you could come out of this and you could say, okay, now I want to insert, and maybe you want to do a table or something like that. So you come over here and you do insert, and you might want to do a table, some kind of table option for this, or you could do a smart chart like you did before, but it would have to be a different type of, it would have to be a different type of movement for that, because then you could do like a combination chart or whatever, and you could do, so there's different things that you can do here. You could have put it on the same page. I just didn't want to make it, I didn't want to make it any more like busy than it is over here. That's, and if you want to change these labels, because I had to go in and change some of this. If you don't like the way these labels are, you can go in and manipulate them. It's the wrong screen. You can go in and manipulate them manually. Like, let's say for some reason I don't like this, I can go up here, click on it, and go up to the formula bar and change it if I want. Like I could say this is 20 to 29. I mean, not that I would, but I can change the format, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
I can change the label here if I choose to do so, 20, 30, 40, whatever.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you, Shauna.
you're
You were great.
welcome.
I appreciate your help with everything.
I hope that was helpful to
Oh
you.
yeah, very helpful.
Now we can feel like we can go on with our lives.
Yes, definitely.
I have to talk to Irma to see what time she's coming tomorrow. 'Cause I think she's coming tomorrow, but I think I only have two of you. If you want to come back tomorrow, you should be able to. If you want to come back on Sunday.
You know what, Sean? Now that you mention it, if you can spare an hour tomorrow, I'd like to open up the PowerPoint, my professor's PowerPoint.
Oh,
And
okay.
there's a lot of formulas that she has in there that are a little bit different than what we did for our winter
Before.
semester.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I would, maybe
Yeah.
you can kind of give me, you know how you gave me a lecture a
Okay.
couple times
Well,
that
I'll
semester?
see. Yeah, I'll see what her PowerPoints look like. It's probably just a matter of looking at the symbols and the formula and but anytime you have to manipulate data, it might be good to send me the data set
Okay,
so I can work with the data set a little bit, or at least see the data before.
I will, Shauna. And thank you for
But
your
now that
patience.
we know how to make a pivot table, things should be much better.